So hello. It's been 6-ish months, I think. So hi. I've been posting onto the main channel, but honestly, like with everything that's been happening the last 6 months, the vlog channel, while I was still filming, I did film our whole move and all of our apartment hunting and everything, I just have not looked back at the footage at all. But I did want to document the whole process, so I just have a ton of raw footage to go through, and you guys will be getting moving vlogs. And to kick off that series, I of course wanted to do an apartment hunting video. So I've got 4 like main apartment buildings that we toured, and I've got all the specs, I've got all the prices as of like late 2024, which is when we did go apartment hunting. And I just wanted to show you guys all the process, all the red flags that we saw, all the green flags that we saw, and how we chose our current place. So what is it that we are looking for? Ultimately, we are looking for a 1-bedroom or possibly a 1-bedroom den or a 2-bedroom apartment, depending on the prices. I work from home, so ultimately wherever we end up, the 1-bedroom is either going to be turned into an office, or if we have 2 bedrooms, one of the rooms would be reserved to be a home office. We are also looking for something that is close to where my husband works, which I'm not going to say obviously, but it has to be close to where my husband works, and it has to be pet friendly. We have the most adorable little corgi. He is the best thing ever, and we really want a place that has like not just like they allow pets, like we want a place to have a place where you can like wash your dog. There's dog parks, there's opportunities for dogs to interact, stuff like that. And ultimately our budget, which we do live in New Jersey. New Jersey is a very expensive place to rent. Ultimately, we wanted our base rent and anything that we would include in our base rent. So that would be the pet rent, that would be parking, and that would be anything else like amenity fee or anything that would be included in kind of the base rent. We wanted to stay under $3,000. So to get this started, in a previous vlog, I went ahead and teed up the first apartment that we saw, and I already talked about the red and the green flags, so let's get into that. Oh, I have no idea what my hair is doing. So hello, I'm editing the vlog that you just started watching, and I realized I never really set up the first apartment tour that I'm about to show you. So this was back in June. It was a 5-day weekend because we had Juneteenth off of work, and I took off that Thursday, Friday. So I was off work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And so this tour was on that Friday, and this was a kind of nearby building, and we thought the whole building was new, but we found out that really only the front part of the building was new because it was like the size of a city block. It was a huge building. The front building was brand new, but those apartments were already rented out. So the only available apartments were back in like the old building, and that was around almost 10 years old. We toured 2 units in this building. We toured a 1-bedroom and we toured a 1-bedroom with a den, which was basically a bedroom that was small with no windows, but would have been perfect for an office. And there were a couple of red flags that we saw during the tour, so we've already eliminated this one, but since it was our first apartment tour in our apartment journey, I wanted to go ahead and show you guys. So let's jump into the footage. So this was the first unit. This is the front door. You have a closet right there on your right, and then the kitchen. Kitchen was a little smaller than I expected, but I really liked how big the fridge was. And there was a little bit of storage space back here that you could put like a little pantry into. I got a little bit inspired. Like I liked that it was a gas oven and you could really do a lot here. The windows in the main room were beautiful. It was quite gorgeous. The bathroom, huge. Quite frankly, the bathroom didn't need to be this big, but there was a lot of space where you could put like extra little storagey things, and the tub was nice. Everything looked like really, really nice inside the unit. This is the view from the window side over into the kitchen, and overall, like you could build up and make this look pretty nice. For the 1-bedroom, this is around $2,600. So for $2,600 or $2,700, there were a couple extra fees built on top of it. The bedroom itself was kind of small. I wasn't a huge fan of this. The closet was a little bit small. Now this was the second unit. This was the den that they advertised. So in the second unit, it was actually 2 bathrooms or 1.5 bathrooms. So instead of a closet by the door, you have a half bathroom right here, which would have been really, really nice. You've got just like a little sink, a little toilet right here, right off to the side. Kitchen was almost the exact same as the other unit, except you didn't have that extra little storage space to the side. That was like a utility closet instead. This was the bedroom. It was actually smaller than the other bedroom, but we had the washer dryer right by the closet, and then the bathroom was the same. Again, I don't know why they made the bathroom so big. They didn't really need that spacious. You could have added more to the actual like bedroom, but overall, we thought it was nice, just pricey. So those were the 2 units. I was a little put off by how old the building was and the price. The fact that a 1-bedroom with a den, which is something that would have been perfect for us, was almost $3,000. And we're not like close to the city. We're kind of close to the city, but it's not worth $3,000, quite frankly. When we toured the amenities, there were people everywhere, so I couldn't really film a whole lot. But the gym looked nice, but it was full of people, and basically the guy doing the tour told us that they were having problems with what the old property management company left them with. So this company owns the building. I guess at some point 5 years ago, they hired out the actual management of the building to a separate property management company. And then apparently from there, the building went to shit. And you could tell there was like, it was dirty. Chairs in like the common areas were like ripped and like old, and like it clearly wasn't being maintained well. And he was straight up with us and said, yeah, we just took over, like we fired that property management company and the owners have come back in and are trying to like bring it back up to par. But because of that, we saw a lot of red flags like that are similar to where we're living right now. And it's just, we don't want to move from the current situation to a very similar situation. So that was the main red flag, which is the price, the age of the building, and the issues they were having with the property management company. Well, that, and as part of the actual like apartments, like the units themselves were beautiful. My only complaint about the actual unit was that there was barely any closet space. And that's pretty much done on purpose because every floor, not just like the whole complex, but every single floor had an entire storage room. So basically you're paying a lot for this apartment, but then on top of that, because there's not a lot of storage room, they want you to pay extra to have a little cage in a storage room to store your extra stuff. So it just, ultimately it was a no for us, but I was so grateful that we were able to go like view the unit and, you know, understand what's out there and what the prices are and know exactly what it is that we don't want. All right, so for apartment number 2, this one was not really towards the top of our list. This was kind of like right in the middle. So this was right in the middle of our list, and we really only wanted to see this because it was the same kind of, I don't want to call it a chain, but the same company that owned quite a few apartment buildings. So we wanted to see a few from that same company just to see, you know, get a feel for it and everything. So we toured 2 units in this building, and let's go ahead and get into the tours. So this was the first unit we toured in the building. I got a quick shot of the hallways before we come in, and right off the bat, I was slightly disappointed just because all the appliances were the exact same as the ones we had in our current apartment, and this one was much more expensive. So this was a 1-bedroom with a den, 1 bath, and it was $3,000 a month. And that's just the base rent, including what we mentioned before. While the rest of the kitchen was nice, the island was nice, it was a lot of space. And this unit was on the ground floor. So this unit did include kind of a ground floor outside space that I'm about to walk out and show you. While at first it did seem pretty, I don't know, like utilitarian, like, you'll see in a second. It's just a lot of concrete and a lot of gray. So at first I wasn't super surprised or happy about this, and those go into the bedroom of the same unit, but I saw how a few other people set up this area while we were looking at the other units, and it actually came out really cute. So I felt like you could do a lot with this space, especially having Rex. We really wanted like a little outdoor area like that for Rex to look out the window and be able to go outside. Over to the left is the den, so there is no like door. So we'd have to hang up curtains or have like a room divider for whenever I'm on meetings or anything like that. But it was a good amount of space. I just kind of zoomed out and gave the wide angle lens version so you could see the whole room. There was a closet in here, nothing too special, just kind of your standard regular closet. Back out to the living room and coming back down this hallway, there's another closet over on the left, actually a nice size linen closet that I was pretty surprised by. It'd be perfect for linens and cleaning materials. In the middle is the 1 bathroom. So this unit only had 1 bathroom, but it was a double sink. It had a decent sized tub, but not like amazing like I was looking for. And I didn't like that they had to like lock the toilet. Did you see that? I think they've been having some problems during tours. So that was another red flag that we saw. This was was the main bedroom. The windows outlooked that kind of outdoor area, so it wasn't the best view, but you could definitely work with it. And then moving on over to the walk-in closet, I actually really liked this. I hate the shelves in here, but the closet itself was spacious, and I feel like you could take these out and put in a better like closet unit with the space that was available. So in the second unit, we saw one on a higher floor. So this was a bedroom with a den, and it was also one bath. This one was cheaper because it did not have that outdoor space. So almost exactly the same kitchen. I did not show it in the first tour, but there are washer dryers in every unit. And as you can see there, instead of having that outdoor area, you just had a window. So that was the $400 difference between the two units. Everything else is pretty much the same. That den area, almost 100% like exact from the other unit, except for the lack of the outside space. Our overall thoughts on the units in this building and the building itself was that it was like just okay. It was like a solid like 5, like right in the middle. The hallways and the common spaces did look a little old and a little worn. There were like kind of scuffs everywhere. It didn't look like the carpet had been really vacuumed a whole lot, but it wasn't like as grody as the first apartment. I was a little disappointed to see that the appliances were the exact same ones that we had in our current kind of shitty apartment. I was looking for newer appliances, but it had a ton more storage. It had a huge kitchen, lots of cabinets, lots of closet space. I was shocked by the amount of closet spaces in this these two units. It also had a bigger washer and dryer than the unit that we had at the old place, and the unit with that outdoor kind of patio space would have been like really nice. The downsides though, there were no pet-friendly amenities. There was no dog park. There was no place to wash, you know, like a pet spa to wash your dog or anything. There was only one bathroom, so we were looking at some places that had like a half bath or 2 bathrooms, so only having one bathroom was a little bit of a not a red flag, but a little bit of a downside. The other downside was that it was further away from Alvin's work, but it was closer to the train. So if I had to commute, which I don't have to as often, it'd be super easy to literally just like walk across the street to go to the train station, but Alvin's commute would add probably like an extra 10 minutes to it. Other than that, it was in a super walkable area. Downstairs was a grocery store. There were a bunch of restaurants, a bunch of stores, a CVS, grocery store all the way nearby, and a police station was like right downstairs, which was also like a good and a bad thing. Which part of it is like, oh great, they're right there, but the other part of it is like, why are they needed right there? You know? So ultimately we did rule this out, so we're going into our top 2 apartments now. Now, this next apartment building, we toured like the most units out of any of the apartments that we looked at. We toured like 3 units, and then we just took a peek at like 2 more, but I really only filmed the 3 because those 3 were the main contenders of what we would actually like rent if we were to choose this place. Honestly, just about everything about this apartment building was incredible, and I actually fell in love with one of the units, which I did not expect to. So let's go ahead and roll into the tours. Now, this first unit literally had me questioning everything. This was a 2-bedroom, 2 full bath. The base rent with everything that we thought was be included was $2,900. So while technically it was in our budget, this particular apartment building and its location made a lot of other things more expensive for us. So this really did put this apartment, this particular unit out of our range. But I fell so in love with this funky little layout. I love the closet space. I love that you have 2 full bathrooms. This first bathroom had a tub. I could just see me using that for just like my kind of bathroom, and then he would have his bathroom. This closet was a little funky, but I liked it. Like everything about this like apartment unit was just screaming to me, and I loved that this room, this was not the main room, so this would have been a perfect little office. I would have had a bathroom right by my office, and then it's separated from the rest of the house or the rest of the unit from this little hallway, and then you walk in and there's this gorgeous living room. Look at all those windows. It's not really a patio, but there is a patio behind that window. Kitchen was gorgeous. newer appliances, all of that storage. Look at all that freaking kitchen storage, man. And then even the island had storage. I, like, literally, as soon as we came in, I could see myself living here. But unfortunately, this one was just not meant to be. It was ultimately out of our budget. It was a little too far away from work, but man, did I fall in love with this unit. So this was the second unit we toured. This was a 1-bedroom with a den and 1 bath, so it was $2,800 a month. So this put it within our price range, but ultimately I ended up not liking the floor plan. As you can see right here to the side, you have a washer dryer. That other side is locked, so you can't open it. So I wasn't a huge fan of that. The entryway closet was a little small. I didn't like how small and kind of awkward the entryway here was, kind of coming right into the kitchen. But once you take a right, you go all the way down. This is the bathroom. You've got just a toilet. There's some space behind the door you could work with over here. And then there's like this kind of long hallway that goes to the main bedroom. And the tub is just kind of right in the middle. Wasn't sure how I felt about that. Linen closet right over here. I did like the linen closet. The main bedroom was also kind of oddly shaped, and where the plugs were nested was a little strange. I loved the view. This was on the top floor, so you got a nice little balcony that I'll show you in a little bit. But this was the main room. Seemed a little small, especially for a king bed. The same kind of walk-in closet as the other unit. I don't like those wire fixtures, but you could always, take those out and put more things in. Out to the kitchen, much smaller than the other unit, and the living room. I actually liked the living room setup and the cute little balcony over there. And then over here was the den. So this would have been the office. We would have had to put in a curtain or some kind of room divider to separate this out from the living room, but ultimately it just wasn't for us. The third unit we looked at, this was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and it was only $2,895. And the reason this one was cheaper than the other one is because it faces a gas station. So it's kind of loud, it doesn't have a great view, the windows don't give you a great view, but I fell in love with this funky floor plan. There was something about this building and funky floor plans that just like grabbed me. So on the left from the door, you have kind of like a hanging closet area. You've got a little shower right here. I liked the farm doors. I know not a lot of people like that, but the closet you can kind of customize and do what you want here. There are rails on the top to hang up a curtain to kind of hide that closet space. You had a half bath over here, which would have been perfect because this would have been the office kind of side of the building. And again, I liked having that office kind of separate from the living space. And this was the office room. I liked the farm style door. I thought that was really cute and saved a lot of space. Actually made that still pretty workable. Again, the view looked right down on a Wawa. So not the best view. We were told that all the units on that side of the building were cheaper because of that view and because it was louder. So that is a significant downside, but I liked the floor plan. This kitchen is really cute. I liked the coloring. There's a perfect space over, well, this is the living room area. Again, you can see out right into the gas station, but right where Alvin is leaning would make a perfect like coffee bar setup. I pictured that like immediately. And then there's empty space. You can add extra shelves for pantry items and everything. And this is the main bedroom. Again, it was kind of small for a main bedroom. But I feel like it made up for it with this big kind of closet in this hallway. Now, the only downside here is that the bathroom is also right here. So at least the toilet area closes off with a door. And it has a lot of storage in here. I liked the storage in here. I liked the big mirror. I liked the lighting for the most part. But the tub, again, was just kind of like out here in the closet. So I didn't know how like moisture levels and everything would affect like what you have in your closet. So ultimately, while I liked the funky floor plan, again, just the location of this one ruled it out for us for the most part. So those were the units. I still can't get over that corner unit that I fell in love with. That was just a little too out of our price range, and by a little, I mean quite a bit. Overall, like, we were so happily surprised by this apartment building. The only downside really to this apartment building was that it was a little bit more expensive. And then it was in a different town. So we really wanted to stay in our current town because rent in New Jersey is regulated more so by the town than it is by the state. So in the town that we live in, the max they can raise the rent every year is 3%. And that is like law for the town. They can't raise it more. The town where this building was, they could raise it by as much as 7% year over year. So if that building had been in this town, we probably would have chosen it. Like we would have moved in right then. But the fact that it was in a different town, half the building had like a bad kind of view. It was right across the street from like a gas station. But like the units themselves were beautiful. And we went back and forth, like honestly, so much until we toured the last apartment building. So let's go ahead and roll our final tour. This was about the third unit in this building that we toured, but it's the only one that I filmed. It is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and the base rent was $2,700. The day we actually toured, it actually went down from 28 to 27. So we took that as just a sign. The kitchen, gorgeous. Everything is brand new. This was actually in a newly built building, so we would have been the first people to live in the unit. Everything is brand new. The entire building, all the amenities are brand new. I use a wide angle lens here just to show everything all together, but there was a little desk area that I imagine could be a perfect little coffee bar. This was the main bedroom, which would have been turned into our office, and just look at that view. It's gorgeous. It's just trees. There's a lot of just great scenery around here. I love the walk-in closet. That is gorgeous. I mentioned earlier we toured a couple other units, but this is the floor plan that we most fell in love with. And this is another view from kind of the back door where we do have a patio all the way through the living area up to the kitchen to the front door. And then over on the left from the front door, there is a nice big entryway closet, a washer dryer on the right, and then a nice sized bathroom. I fell in love with this bathroom too. And a built-in linen closet. All right, so despite the fact that we actually toured 4 units in this building, we only filmed 1. And spoiler alert, that is actually our unit, because as soon as we saw it, we knew like this was the one. It literally checked off every single box that we had. It had a garage, it had, it was a 1-bedroom unit, it was 1 bathroom, but it had an amazing, beautiful walk-in closet. It had all the amenities we were looking for, pool, you know, community center. It has outdoor TV, it has a gym, it has actually 2 gyms and a dog spot, like literally everything that we were looking for, this place had it. And it's literally a brand new building. It opened in 2025, so we were the first people to ever live in the unit, which I have never experienced before, with brand new appliances and everything, so I feel absolutely spoiled rotten. On top of that, we actually have a terrace, so we have like an outdoor space all to ourselves that we can sit out at, and mostly for Rex to enjoy. Rex has been loving that outdoor space. And to top it all off, the day that we toured, they lowered the rent for the unit by $100 a month. So we were like sold. You know what? We literally applied right after we toured. And I talk about this in another vlog, but it took about a back and forth for about a month just because Alvin's family owns their own business, and so that makes finances a little more different than my kind of regular W-2 job. But ultimately, we got the unit and we are here. I'm almost ready for a full apartment tour. The only thing is we don't have a couch yet. So I want to get a couch and want the living room set up, and then once we have that, we can do a full furnished apartment tour. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a long journey and it took me a long time to finally get back to here to edit and come back, but I'm really, really happy. So happy for all the forethought and all the planning we put into this process, because ultimately it helped us land in literally our perfect spot. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.